Hello guys, welcome to another video. This is your boy David Wright, aka Bishop Down, and we will be talking about the Errol Spence versus Pacquiao fight, or Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. We're gonna be doing a breakdown, right? So I just I seen all this everybody doing a breakdown on the Spence versus Pacquiao fight. Yes, son. Yeah, Daddy's doing a video. So I'm just gonna give my breakdown and it's just my opinion. Of course, everybody's opinion because nobody really knows what's gonna happen until the fight actually happens. To these two men are in the ring fighting each other when the bell rings, because everybody's got speculation, old media versus new media, blah 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 blah. So let me give you my breakdown. And I'm not really particularly biased in this fight. I like Spence. I like Pacquiao. I've kind of been able to not be biased about any fighter or any particular side. I think I was able to do that once I stopped watching like football and stuff like that, and cause I don't watch football anymore. I don't watch baseball. Don't watch basketball. I used to a lot when I was younger. I used to have favorite teams and favorite players, favorite athletes. I don't anymore. Even the same thing for the music industry. I got people that I like. You know what I mean, but I wouldn't choose one over the other because I guess I understand the work that is put forth, or when you get an opportunity to do something that you love to do and you can get paid for it generously. I get that. I'm not gonna say that's what everybody wants, but that's what I want. I want to be able to do what I love and get compensated for it very well. So that's something that I'm working on. So go. But so let's break down this fight. And I watched a few videos by a few guys, and a lot of people like to say that Pacquiao's gonna win because of his speed, experience, and his power, and Errol Spence is gonna lose because of his technique. His technique's not super sound or solid. He doesn't have any head movement. He moves back and forth on the line. I've heard all these things like that, and being in position. But let me tell you something about Errol Spence. If you know Errol Spence, you know how he fights. Errol Spence doesn't care about getting hit in the face. He doesn't care about getting hit at all. It seems like Errol Spence has that old Mexican style fighting where he can take your punch to give 2 or 3 of his own punches, more harder blows. You can see that Errol Spence has never been that guy to have a lot of head movement, because frankly he doesn't care. Errol Spence is a destroyer, but then again, he's also a very good boxer. He shows very good defensive skills when needed. I've seen him dodge punches, slip punches, counter punches, duck punches. He shows good defense, better than most people try to give him credit for, because he does take a lot of punches. But I think that's just his quote-unquote style. Like, he doesn't care. Pretty much why they call him the Truth. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what you throw at him. It doesn't matter. He's walking through, coming to destroy you, right? So I don't really agree when people say, oh, he has no head movement and da 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 da. Now, Pacquiao's got power, man. Pacquiao still has power for an older fighter, so that's something you do have to watch out for. That Spence has to watch out for. But you know what I mean. But it just depends on how powerful Manny Pacquiao can be versus Errol Spence's chin, and during the later rounds. And Errol Spence is not going to be sitting there like a Joshua Clottey. He's not going to be sitting there blocking and popping one shot at a time. Errol Spence is a workhorse. He throws a lot of punches. He has a very, 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 very strong jab. Very, very strong jab. And I know they're talking about, Manny's going to be countering Spence's jab with his right hand. But Errol Spence's jab is a tough. It's a tough jab. It's like you want to compare it to a Gennady Golovkin jab or Mayweather jab. That jab, when you get or a Lennox Lewis jab, when you get hit by that jab, it changes your whole perception of the fight and how you're gonna take it. You know what I mean? I think about that. In the video I saw, it was David Diaz. Pacquiao was fighting, but Diaz don't have a jab like that. Diaz don't have a jab that'll pop you in your mouth and make you kind of think, oh, well, wait a minute. I gotta stay away from this damn jab. I don't want to get hit by it. You know what I mean? And Manny Pacquiao, he is a tough fighter. And he's fast and he's quick, But when you look at it, you try to make this comparison. They say that Spence is a big, big welterweight. Pacquiao, when he fought Margarito is a big welterweight. And Margarito took all the punches at Pacquiao. Pacquiao probably hit him with like over 400 punches, maybe more than that. Margarito took all those punches to the 12th round. And he was still coming. It's just the way that Pacquiao was fighting, and it's a younger Pacquiao, and a whole different strategy of fighting, because Margarito don't fight like Errol Spence. Margarito don't have a jab like that, and Margarito don't go to the body like that. Margarito's punches are really wide and wide. You can see him coming, and they're powerful shots though. But Manny's movement in that fight and Manny's accuracy in that fight was more accurate than Margarito. Where Margarito took all Pacquiao's stuff, everything that Pacquiao threw, Margarito just kept coming. He didn't go down. So you wonder about so you have to kind of wonder about the power of Pacquiao during with certain fighters. I mean, Shane Mosley fought Margarito, and Shane Mosley annihilated Margarito. And Shane Mosley's like you can say he's a welterweight. And then when Pacquiao fought Shane Mosley, he knocked Mosley down. But Mosley did finish the fight. So, you can't really compare that to how Errol Spence is, because Errol Spence never fought any of those guys. The only guy I think they both fought was Chris Algieri, right? Because you want to compare fights and different fights and stuff like that. Because I don't really think any of that shit matters. It doesn't matter what a fighter did his last fight. They're always going to be a different fighter when they go in there, because for the most part, most of these guys know how to fight different ways. It's just they know how to fight. It's just, are they able to perform those different abilities inside the ring at that time? Are they able to quote-unquote adapt, right? And of course we have to mention Mayweather, because he's the master of adapting to fights. And we'll get more to him in a minute. But in the Algieri fight, Spence knocked Algieri out. Pacquiao knocked him down 6 times, but he wasn't able to finish him. So you just have to question, when was the last time Manny Pacquiao knocked somebody out? He knocked Keith Thurman down, but I think Keith Thurman was more off balance than hurt in that first knockdown. I think he was really just more off balance. And then he might have been hurt a few times, especially to the body, because we all know Keith Thurman has weakness to the body, but not everybody goes to the body on Keith Thurman. Again, that's why I think it's an unfavorable matchup for Keith Thurman versus Spence, because Spence is going to go to the body regardless. That's what Spence does. That's his style. Body, head, body, head, body, head. Jab, body, head. Hooks to the body. Hooks, tremendous hooks to the body. Uppercuts. Looping left hand, straight left hands. The jab. Right hooks. I think Spence throws every punch in the book. So does Pacquiao. Just, you know, when he's able to. Pacquiao don't throw a lot of uppercuts though. But he throws a lot of left hands. A lot of quick left hands. Right hooks. Really strong right hooks. Vicious straight right hand. And he's got good body punches as well. Straight body punches, short body punches. So I think it's just going to be a test of wills. Who's going to be stronger? Who's going to be stronger in this fight to win? I don't know if anybody's going to get knocked down or knocked out. I don't know. I think maybe there's a respect thing between the two. But it just depends on what kind of attitude those. Because like I said, fighters fight different fights every time they fight. It just depends on when that bell rings, what fight we're going to see. I'd say may the best man win. It don't matter if Pacquiao wins, don't matter if Spence wins, don't matter. Either way, it's a great fight. And I think somebody else compared it to, I think Showbiz had compared the fight maybe to, it'll be something like terrible Terry Norris versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Or Terry destroyed Sugar. I don't think it's going to be like that, but, and I only why I say that because Manny Pacquiao never retired from boxing. Sugar Ray Leonard had retired and then came back. So when you retire as a boxer, you're pretty much done. Once you retire as a boxer, you're done. Even if you come back, you're done. You retired the first time, you're done. Only reason why you come back, you know, that's whatever reason you had. But in my opinion, once you retire, you're done. And you come back for whatever reason it is. But Manny Pacquiao never retired, so he's still an active fighter. He's still a dangerous fighter. He's still a great fighter. I don't know though. I think it's gonna be a great fight again. But I think all these everybody who's analyzing and trying to say this and that, and Pacquiao gonna win this because Spence doesn't do this, or Spence is gonna win because Pacquiao does this. You know, I mean, I see the two guys coming at each other. Pacquiao is gonna do what he does. He moves in. He moves out. He moves in. He moves out. He's got rhythm and stuff like that. Errol Spence is going to use his jab, of course, and he's going to start throwing punches. He's going to use his jab, throwing punches to start figuring out. There's going to be boxing. It's going to be a boxing match. They're going to be figuring each other out. But then once each other chases each other's power, then we'll see how it goes. Because they're both going to get hits in. You got to know that they're both going to get hits in. That's coming. But, you know, I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think Pacquiao is going to be able to knock out Spence. And I don't think Spence is going to be able to, or not even going to try to knock out Pacquiao. Because this is kind of like a, it's kind of like a respect fight. Like, they're not going in there to kill each other like the other fighters were, you know, back in the day. That's, you know, Terry Norris talks about that. Because those guys, when they went there, those times, they were going to hurt each other. They were going, like, to hurt each other. They weren't going there to try to box and dance around. They were like, I'm going to destroy you. Another person, I'm going to destroy you. And I believe why, you know, that's why that a lot of those guys come out like that, you know what I mean? Like, even, what's his face? Pacquiao's trainer. Who's Pacquiao's trainer? Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach got that same kind of speech thing that Terry Norris has, because he was in there during that era. They're just going to try to knock each other's blocks off, you know, which is why I believe Mayweather retired, because he didn't want to be put in a situation to fight somebody who may do that to him. I still think He's a better skilled boxer than a lot of the boxers out there, but you know, when you're under a promotional company, there's contracts involved, and there's a lot of things that are contracts that the fans don't see. Even the old media and new media, they don't know about. Like, I'm pretty sure there's rules and contracts in the fight that may tell a fighter that you may not be able to use this type of punch, or you may not be able to move in this certain way, or I've heard things about the ring sizes and the ring being hard or soft, or all kind of other factors that go in there, and all kind of pressure put. Like, if you're a champion and you lose, that means that you have to fight 2 other fights or do this before you get a shot at title, or no rematch clause, or if you win, you know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of stipulations that are in these contracts that people aren't talking about. There's all kinds of stuff that in there, which is why it maybe certain fights go, you know, where they or how they go, because, you know, money's involved. I mean, you got to think about it. And I know, you know, I'm got the feeling Mayweather would try, because he was under contract and he didn't want to be put in the position to do what he didn't want to do. I think he had a rematch clause with one of those guys, but he retired. So after you retire, you don't have to honor that contract no more. So you're retired. And then once the time period goes over, then you can come back. And that's what Mayweather did. But Mayweather came back, changed his name to Money, because what does Mayweather do? He's a boxer. He's a professional boxer. That's how he makes his living. So he figured, he thought about it. I'm pretty sure he thought about it and said, well, what can I do to make the most money and do the less work? And that's what he did. You know, I mean, you can't blame him for that. I mean, he did what he needed to do. I mean, that's what he wanted to do, so he did that. You know, and that's what his thing is. You know, that's what he did, and that, you know, that's all good. I don't blame him for it. I mean, fat opportunity to make $300 million in 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Why not? I mean, that's what he does. He's not going to do anything else but box. That's what he was bred to do. That's what he was trained to do. That's what he was brought up to do, and he does it very well. And, you know, he just, you know, he got the best. He got the best of the system. So, you know what I mean? Can't blame him. You know what I mean? I mean, you can blame him. He did it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't. I'm not. It's not a bad thing. You know, and Pacquiao wants to fight. Pacquiao didn't retire. You have to understand, Pacquiao never retired. Pacquiao still wants to fight. So if he wants to fight, then that's what he wants to do. But that doesn't make him, you know, a legacy fighter. That doesn't make him, you know, better than anybody else. That's just what Pacquiao wants to do. He still wants to fight. Who knows if he's trying to get something to prove or not? That really doesn't matter. Pacquiao still wants to fight. He hasn't retired. He's a fighter. So that's what he loves to do. So that's what he does. You know what I mean? Like, all these guys with their rankings and their comparisons, I think it's all a bunch of bullcrap. It really is. Because they don't get it right anyway. They get it totally wrong because, you know, people are biased about fighters or who they like. So who they like depends on who they want to put on the pound for pound list. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much kind of like boxing is now. Nobody's really fighting because they want to just take that guy out. You know what I mean? Nobody's fighting because, you know what I mean, they want to go in there and show that I don't care who's in with me, I'm just going to destroy them. You know what I mean? Boxing-wise, by boxing. You know, they all talk the same talk. They all talk the same crap. You know what I mean? But, you know, you don't know until they get into the ring to decide, you know, what's going to go on. I don't know. Maybe some of it's fixed. I'm pretty sure most of it is. Maybe at the higher levels, you don't know. Because a lot of these guys that are coming up, you know, they're on boxing sparring partners that they boxed with previous to build up their record. That's what they do. They said that with Mike Tyson. But they do that with a lot of guys until they get, you know, and with the promotional companies and all these guys get in now, they make their deals and stuff like that. Bob Arum, modern day Don King. Bobby Arum he is the modern day Don King. He worked with Don King. Don King trained him, of course. And all these other guys, you know what I mean? Al Heyman the Ghost, the Al Heyman Ghost. But you know, everybody loves Al Heyman because he pays his fighters. Where they get the money from, I don't know. But they figured it out. Golden Boy. Then what's the other guy? Eddie Hearn. Like, they're all the same though. They're all the same. I think it's just, you know, who's got the most money, who can pay these guys the most money. And then also money management, stuff like that. You know, some people don't manage their money, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? But these are the lives of the boxers. This is what they choose. This is what they love to do. So, you know what I mean? They get compensated for, you know what I mean? For boxing, of course. So that's what they love to do. That's their choice. So that's fine. But anyway, so I don't really have any predictions for the fight. I just think all the other predictions, people don't really know. They're just saying what they want to say to promote their channel, to make it seem like they know what they're talking about, because they feel like they do, which is fine. Yes, Nancy. Okay. And, you know what I mean? Nobody really knows until they step into the ring and fight. You know what I mean? Everybody thought Pacquiao was going to kill Mayweather. His speed was so fast. He was so fast with Mayweather. But you see what happened in that fight. But like I said, maybe in the contract, Mayweather said, hey, Pacquiao, you know what? You can't throw any left hooks or any right hooks. You know what I mean? If you do this, you're going to get paid a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? You don't even know. Like I said, I don't know. They're professionals, like I said. And as a professional, you are a paid athlete. So you do stuff for money. But I don't know, like I said. So we don't know, you know, the best ever. It don't matter. Legacy, it don't matter. We're just going to watch it. We're going to be entertained. Because that's what they want to do. And they always talk about, oh, was it entertaining? We're just here to entertain you. Entertain. So it's not even about being the best anymore. It's just about being entertained. People want to be entertained. That's all they want to be is entertained. This is why we don't see the best fighters fight the best fighters when we want them. Because we're not in charge of the entertainment business. We're not. We're just spectators. Sitting here trying to talk about shit. Trying to make predictions and saying all this stuff. Because, you know, we're trying to be part of the entertainment industry as well. Anyway, so that's my take on it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And get ready for our fights this weekend. I'm not doing a live broadcast, but I will definitely talk about them when they're over. We'll see who wins. May the best men win. Good. All right, I'm out.